Right, in this video today, we'll be talking about how to write a professional summary for your resume. This is one of the biggest places that people fall short and kind of just get too generalized and don't really say anything about themselves. A professional summary should stick out on your resume and should give a really good introduction to the type of skills you have and the types of things you've done in the past. So to start, we're just going to look at mine. A good tip for writing a professional summary is you probably just wait until you're done with the rest of the resume until you start. And then you can go back and you can kind of look at what are the most important things that stick out. How can you show off about what you've done and the things that are the most specific skills you have. And the way I write resumes is I write a dual format for your professional summary. A lot of people will just write a paragraph or will just write bullet points. I do a little bit of both because I feel that it will emphasize not only your past experience, but what you can also bring to the table for a possible employer. So looking at my resume, I look back and I mostly community leadership positions, management positions. So what I'll do is I'll just say community leadership and management professional with, you should go back and look at how many years you've really had true professional positions. So I've been working since 2013 in what I would consider my professional career. So I'll say with over 3 years of providing, and you go back and you look at some of the things you've done to kind of finish the sentence. So that first sentence should just be kind of the intro in to what you've done in the past as far as your position titles and kind of a really brief overview of what the major points of what you've done in the past have been. Second and third sentence would probably be something a little more specific. So you could say demonstrated ability to, and I would go back and I would say look at some of the things I've done: outreach specialist, juvenile specialist, operations manager. So we could say demonstrated ability to meet organizational goals and then you can go on to a third sentence: extensive experience in, and you go and reference a couple more of the positions you've had. So I would say extensive experience in, I could say social media development and community safety. And that's kind of where I like to end it. 3-4 sentences max for your paragraph section, and then go and put the next couple words in bold, and what you're going to say is refined skills include, and then you drop it down, and you can either put it in bullets or you can go and just put a dash. I kind of like to put the dash because it separates it from your actual job descriptions. It makes it not so monotonous. And I would say refined skills include, and now you're going to go back over your resume and you're going to look at some of the more interesting things you've done, the things that are going to stand out to a potential employer. So first thing I would see would be social media management and career coaching in my first job. So I would say social media management, career coaching. Drop it down to the next position. You see I have some budgeting experience, training development, community networking. Next position, working as a youth specialist. I could say youth leadership. And the last position, community outreach, data entry. And there we have it. You can expand on these. You wouldn't want to have more than maybe 8 or 9 bullet points. If you're getting 10 and 12, you're probably reaching too far. You should really stroke it down to 8 or less. Let's see how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, that's good. So really quick, what I'll go over for someone else. If you don't have a ton of job experience, for example, if you're a teenager applying for your first position, you can write professional summary a lot of the same way. This is just one sample I have. You would start off just by saying that you're looking for a position, so you could say enthusiastic individual looking to gain my first professional employment. Currently attending high school. You put your high school name, assuming that you're applying somewhere locally. 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade year. Reliable transportation and willingness to learn to adapt myself to your organization. That's just a sample. You could say something else about yourself, saying willingness to learn. Just try to really just sell yourself that although you don't have any education or past work experience, that you're going to be a quality employee for them. And then you can go down to the same thing, provide a couple points here. These are just some samples I have. Communication, teamwork, Microsoft Office, Spanish. So look back at things you learned in high school. If you had a communications class, or if you worked on a project that was focused on communication, teamwork, any volunteer opportunities you've had, or playing for sports teams. You could talk about Microsoft Office. Languages, if you've taken languages courses in high school, you could also say bookkeeping. Anything you've learned over, if you took a specialized class in you finished a specialized class. Really try to drag on to any elective courses you've had. Those types of things are going to be really helpful. You could say it could be marketing. You could say if you've took any advanced level mathematics classes, that'll help you in your position. And just kind of use it the same way. Try to be creative and really try to draw from what you've done in the past.